home, which is geothermal.
I want to know what the engineering was all about, and I also want to learn more about architecture.
And I wanted to learn about professions outside the core curriculum.
Here is a 3D view of our school on Revit. As you can see, it has much natural light and gardens.
We spend much time brainstorming, and we separately brainstorm together and then combine our ideas to create a green school. We delegated our jobs and tasks based on our strengths and weaknesses to get the most accomplished.
One place that we were thinking we could put our school in would be an open field because there wouldn't be that many trees, so we wouldn't have to cut them down in order to build a school. We would orient our building in such a way to get the major benefits of passive solar, so if we were to place it in New England, we would have it face south. Many reclaimed and recycled materials would be used in our building, such as eco-flooring, recycled concrete, and recycled steel for our building structure.
We have multi-airflow buses in our school. The multi-airflow buses run on compressed air cartridges, therefore they would be cleaning the environment. We would also offer alternate means of transportation for the students, such as sidewalks and bike paths.
Our school will be equipped with all the required safety equipment, and annual and monthly drills would be required. Our school would also be accessible for all.
Air sponges are sponges that would be placed throughout our school. These sponges soak up any toxins found in the environment. We would also have a lot of ventilation to ensure that our school had good air quality.
In the entrances and exits of the building are built-in metal detectors, and they would detect the students' recycled rubber bracelets, which would have a microchip, and they could take attendance, and in case of an emergency, they would be able to locate the students.
For the heating and cooling of our building, we would use geothermal. Geothermal energy takes heat from the inside of the earth to heat and cool a building. We would use active solar power to power our geothermal blower. Here you can see a picture of our building tower on Revit, and you can see that there are many clerestory windows, so that would allow for passive solar.
On the roof and back hill of our school are photovoltaic cells or solar panels, which would be a way of energy. Also painted on the roof is solar paint, which acts like a plant's photosynthesis. Also on the back hill are wind turbines, which would be another mode of energy.
Our school would use fluorescent light bulbs, but we would generally use the natural light that comes in from the windows. To bounce that light deeper into the rooms, we would use light shelves, but we would also use occupancy sensors to monitor the usage of lights.
For the insulation in our building, we would use Ice-Made insulation, which is a castor oil-based insulator. It's 100% water blown, and it works better than the standard insulator. Our windows would be Energy Star approved. Energy Star windows have a double pane and are either insulated with gas or air, so they work better than standard windows. All these measures of insulation would improve the acoustics in our building, as would acoustical ceiling tiles, and when the acoustics are improved, it's a better learning environment for teachers and students.
So recycled furniture would use the steel case think chair, the Q desk, and the perch. All of these pieces of furniture are made of 99% recycled material. But the amazing thing about the steel case think chair is that it will and can be recycled because it can be taken apart in less than 5 minutes.
Here is a traditional classroom setup and a more flexible classroom setup. Here are all the varieties in the school, and they can be used for different learning styles.
We created flower seed paper out of recycled paper scraps found in our school. This is an example of what our students would use throughout the school year, And once they were done with the paper to recycle it, they would plant it in our back field.
We would have numerous recycling bins placed throughout the hallways of the school, but we would also have a compression facility to compress those cans and bottles so they can fit, so more can fit into one plastic bag.
Throughout the school, there would be water bottle refilling stations that are built into the water fountains. The students would also receive a metal water bottle when they joined the district, therefore they would carry it around with them throughout the school year, and it would reduce the amount of plastic water bottles used. Students would also receive a solar backpack. These backpacks have solar panels on the front of them, which can harvest energy and they can use it to charge their laptops. All students would also receive bio laptops. These laptops are made out of 23% recycled CDs.
We created a cool globe. Our cool globe demonstrates the difference between tile roofs and rooftop gardens. Also, while we were in DC, we got a chance to see cool globes on tour because they were there for Earth Day, so that was pretty cool.
Here are the front and rear elevations of our building on Revit. You can see our rooftop gardens and our clear story windows. Here you can see the right and left elevations of our building, where you can more clearly see the windmills on our back hills.
Here is another 3D view of our floor plan on Revit. The green areas represent environmental learning spaces. The blue areas represent teacher spaces. The purple areas represent spaces for all students to learn together. And the red areas represent unified arts classes, which would be a rotating class such as art, sewing, tech ed. And the yellow areas represent the academic classrooms. A building highlight of our school would be that the school is located in the center of town, so we would not have to cut down more trees for sports fields.
Any extra energy produced by our school would be sent back to the grid for the community use. We would also have an energy save display counter in our school, so when people enter the building, they would see how much energy we have saved.
We would also be sure that our building has as many LEED standards as possible, and we would be sure that it would be as self-sustainable as possible.
Also, the fact that our school would be a teaching tool is very important, so we would have environmental and energy classes after school for the community and students.
We went to the National School of the Future competition this April in Washington, D.C. This is us presenting.
Here you can see our boards and our model, shown here too.
This is a picture of all the jury members. We got to meet our politicians.
We got to see some sites such as the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and the World War II Monument.
Here we are at awards night in front of our project. And we were at the Realtor building, and here we are on their rooftop with the Capitol building in the background.
We would like to give an extra special thanks to our parents because we could not have accomplished this without them, and we really appreciate everything they've done.
We would also like to thank our teacher, Mrs. Caffrey, for all of her support and the time she took away from her family to be with us every day. And we would like to thank our principal, Mr. Ostroff, for putting this club into our curriculum.
Yay,
would also like to present this award to CEFPI for allowing us this awesome opportunity that we were given.
Aww. John and Barbara up.
So if John Ramsey could come up, that'd be great.
And Barbara. And Barbara.
And Barbara, who's all the way back there.
Come on, Barb. No, don't fall again. Yeah, here she comes. Hey. Don't run. All right. Thanks, ladies. Well, this has been great. You guys have been really wonderful. Let me finish up. Nope, you're done. Okay.
Got a couple more slides.
Is that it? That's it.
All right.
Thank you.